Everyone said FIRE was dead, not quietly, confidently, with articles and podcast episodes and comment sections full of people explaining in detail why the financial independence retire early movement was a fantasy that the economic reality of 2026 had finally and permanently killed. Inflation killed it. Housing prices killed it. Market volatility killed it. The cost of healthcare killed it. The fact that saving 50 to 70% of your income requires a six-figure salary that most people do not have killed it. The math does not work anymore. The window closed. Move on. Accept the traditional path. Work until 65. Hope Social Security is still there. Pray the portfolio holds. The Rooster heard all of this. The Rooster did the math. They were wrong. Not completely wrong. The version of FIRE that most people are trying to execute is genuinely harder in 2026 than it was in 2017 when the movement peaked in popularity. The Rooster is not going to pretend otherwise because the Rooster does not do comfortable and the Rooster does not do incomplete. But there is a significant difference between this specific version of this strategy is harder than it used to be, and financial independence is dead. And that difference is worth approximately 15 years of your working life if you understand it correctly and act on it. The Rooster is going to show you exactly what that difference is. The math doesn't care about your feelings. And today the math has something important to say. First, Rooster needs to explain what FIRE actually is, because most of the people who declared it dead were arguing against a version of it that was never the only version. FIRE stands for Financial Independence Retire Early. At its core, it is a simple concept. Accumulate enough assets that the passive income generated by those assets covers your living expenses. At that point, your labor is optional. You can continue working if you choose. You can stop if you choose. The choice exists and belongs to you rather than to the employer who signs your paycheck. The original FIRE framework, popularized by the book Your Money or Your Life in the 1990s and later by bloggers like Mr. Money Mustache in the 2010s, involved saving aggressively, often 50 to 70% of income, living on significantly less than you earn, investing the surplus in low-cost index funds, and reaching financial independence typically in your 30s or 40s rather than your 60s. This version, which the Rooster will call Classic FIRE, requires a specific set of conditions to work smoothly. High income relative to expenses, low cost of living either through geographic choice or radical frugality, a long enough runway of low expenses that the math produces freedom before conventional retirement age, and consistent market returns that allow the portfolio to grow to the target number within the desired timeline. In 2017, when mortgage rates were low, housing was more affordable relative to income. Inflation was running at 2% annually, and the stock market had been on a decade-long bull run. Classic FIRE was genuinely accessible to a meaningful portion of middle-class Americans who were willing to make the lifestyle trade-offs it required. In 2026, with housing at 6.9 times median income, inflation having compounded the cost of groceries by 36% over 5 years, healthcare costs inflating at 5.8% annually, and the savings rate of the average American sitting at 3.6%, Classic FIRE requiring a 50 to 70% savings rate is genuinely difficult for most people. This is what the people who declared FIRE dead were observing, and they were observing something real. What they missed is that Classic FIRE is not the only version of FIRE, and the versions that have evolved since the original are not compromises or consolation prizes. They are better designed for the actual economic conditions of 2026, and they are accessible to people at income levels that Classic FIRE excluded. The Rooster is going to walk you through 4 of them. Version 1. Lean FIRE. Lean FIRE is financial independence built around a genuinely minimal lifestyle. Annual expenses of $25,000 to $35,000, which at the rule of 25 requires a portfolio of $625,000 to $875. This is not poverty. This is a deliberate, examined, intentional life where housing costs are managed through geographic arbitrage or unconventional choices. Transportation costs are minimized through vehicle ownership decisions, and commute elimination. Food costs are managed through cooking and bulk buying, and discretionary spending is filtered through the question of whether the expense actually adds to life quality or just adds to the consumption cycle. The person living on $30,000 a year who is investing $500 a month reaches $750,000 at 7% historical return in approximately 28 years starting from zero. Starting at 25, that is financial independence at 53. Not 33 like the classic version promises. But 53 versus 67 is still 14 years of optional labor, 14 additional years where Sunday night belongs to you. The objection to lean FIRE is always that $30,000 a year is not enough to live on. And in Manhattan or San Francisco, that is correct. In a mid-sized city in the Midwest or Southeast, or in many parts of the country that get overlooked in financial media because they are not photogenic, $30,000 a year funds a genuinely comfortable life. The people who say it is impossible are often measuring it against a cost of living they chose rather than a cost of living they need. Version 2, Fat FIRE. Fat FIRE is financial independence at a lifestyle most people would consider genuinely comfortable without significant sacrifice. Annual expenses of $80,000 to $100,000 or more, which requires a portfolio of $2 million to $2,500,000. This version is less accessible to median income earners, but it is the version worth mentioning because most of the FIRE is dead commentary was implicitly comparing FIRE to Fat FIRE and concluding that since Fat FIRE requires wealth that is genuinely difficult to accumulate on a median income, FIRE itself must be dead. Fat FIRE is harder in 2026. It is not dead. It is accessible to high-income earners, dual-income households with controlled lifestyle, and people who combine index fund investing with real estate or business ownership. It just requires a longer or more aggressive accumulation period than it did in 2015. Version 3, CoastFIRE. This is the version the Rooster finds most interesting and most underappreciated. CoastFIRE is a milestone rather than a destination. It is the point at which you have invested enough that even if you never invest another dollar, compound interest will grow your portfolio to your financial independence number by traditional retirement age. Here is what that means in practice. If your financial independence number is $1 million and you are 35 years old with 30 years until traditional retirement age at 65, you need your current portfolio to be large enough that it grows to $1,000 at 7% annual return over those 30 years without any additional contributions. Working backwards from 1 million SUNDARs at 7% over 30 years, the CoastFIRE number at age 35 is approximately $131,000. $131,000 in invested assets at age 35. Once you hit that number, you have reached CoastFIRE. Your portfolio will coast to $1 million by 65 without another dollar of contribution, which means every dollar you earn from that point forward can go to covering your living expenses rather than building your retirement portfolio, which means your income requirement drops dramatically, which means you can take lower paying but more fulfilling work, reduce hours, start a business with lower income ceiling but higher personal satisfaction, move to a lower cost area, or simply work less. CoastFIRE does not make your labor optional immediately. It makes the pressure of your labor optional immediately. The difference between working because you need maximum income to fund both your present life and your future retirement versus working because you need enough income to fund your present life while the portfolio coasts is the difference between a cage and a career. The Rooster finds this version of FIRE particularly powerful in 2026 because it is achievable at income levels that classic FIRE cannot reach. It addresses the "I cannot save 50% of my income" objection directly, and it produces a meaningful and immediate change in how you experience your working life long before you reach full financial independence. Version 4, Barista FIRE. Barista FIRE is financial independence paired with part-time or flexible work that covers current expenses while the portfolio continues to compound toward the full financial freedom number. The name comes from the idea of taking a part-time job, the classic example being a barista, that provides both income and benefits, specifically healthcare benefits, while allowing the portfolio to grow without withdrawals. The portfolio compounds undisturbed. The part-time income covers the present. The stress of being entirely dependent on investment returns evaporates. This version is particularly relevant in 2026 because it addresses the two biggest objections to early retirement. The healthcare objection, which is real and significant given that employer-sponsored insurance covers the gap between individual market premiums and what an early retiree can afford, and the sequence of returns objection, which is the risk that a market downturn in the early years of retirement permanently damages the portfolio before it has time to recover. With Barista FIRE, a market downturn in the first years does not force portfolio withdrawals during the decline. The part-time income covers expenses. The portfolio has time to recover. The sequence of returns risk, which is the primary mathematical vulnerability of early retirement, is dramatically reduced. Now the Rooster wants to address the cost of living objection directly, because it is the most common objection, and it deserves a complete answer rather than a dismissal. Is it harder to reach financial independence in 2026 than it was in 2017? Yes, unambiguously. The numbers are real. Housing is more expensive relative to income. The cost of living has compounded in ways that have not been matched by wage growth. The savings rate required for classic FIRE is genuinely difficult on a median income. But here is what the cost of living conversation almost always misses. The cost of living is not fixed. It is a variable, and it is a variable with significant leverage. The average American household spends $3,948 annually on subscriptions, many of them forgotten. The average American household replaces 8 to 12 perfectly functional items per year. The average American household spends thousands of dollars annually on food delivery and restaurants. The average American household carries $6,500 in credit card debt at 22% interest, paying $2,400 annually in interest charges alone. None of these expenses are fixed. None of them are the cost of being alive in America. They are the cost of a specific set of choices made in an environment specifically engineered to produce those choices. The person who eliminates the forgotten subscriptions, the unnecessary replacements, the food delivery habit, and the credit card interest does not just reduce their monthly expenses. They reduce their financial independence number. They increase the amount available to invest each month, and they simultaneously shorten the timeline to the number they just reduced. The cost of living objection assumes that the current level of spending is the minimum required to sustain human life in America. It is not. It is the spending level produced by an economy that has spent decades optimizing for consumption. Distinguishing between the two, between what you genuinely need and what the system has normalized, is not deprivation. It is the first and most powerful act of financial independence available to you right now today before the portfolio number moves a single dollar. You cannot out-earn a broken relationship with spending, but you can out-examine it. Here is what the data actually says about FIRE in 2026. Interest in financial independence has risen from 24% to 37% among Americans in the past year. Not declined, risen. By 13 percentage points in 1 year, during the period when everyone was declaring it dead. Gen Z reports wanting to retire at 54 on average, earlier than any previous generation, not because they are naive about the math, because they have watched their parents work until 67 with inadequate savings and mandatory continuation, and decided that the traditional path is not the only path, and they want to find a different one. The FIRE movement is not dead. The audience for financial independence has never been larger. What has died is the specific version that required a bull market, low housing costs, and low inflation to make the math easy. What has replaced it is a more sophisticated, more realistic, more accessible set of approaches that work in the actual economic conditions of 2026 rather than the conditions of 2015. The Rooster is not selling FIRE as a perfect solution. The Rooster is not selling FIRE at all because the Rooster does not sell anything. The Rooster is telling you that the declaration of FIRE's death was premature, self-interested in some cases, and mathematically incorrect when applied to the full spectrum of financial independence approaches, rather than the single most aggressive version. CoastFIRE at $131,000 in invested assets at age 35 is achievable on a median income with 5 to 7 years of disciplined investing. BaristaFIRE with part-time work covering current expenses, while the portfolio compounds is accessible without a six-figure salary. LeanFIRE at $30,000 in annual expenses requires a portfolio of $750,000 that gets built at $500 a month over 28 years. None of these are impossible. None of these require luck or extraordinary income or a favorable market that may or may not materialize. They require understanding, consistency, and the specific decision that your financial future matters enough to organize your present behavior around building it. Here is where the rooster lands. Fire is not dead. The rooster did the math. Classic fire is harder in 2026. CoastFIRE, BaristaFIRE, and LeanFIRE are accessible to people at income levels that the classic version never reached. The interest in financial independence is rising, not falling. Gen Z wants it more than any previous generation. The tools to build it have never been more available, more affordable, or better understood. The people who declared fire dead were observing a real challenge and drawing the wrong conclusion from it. The challenge is real, the conclusion is not. The path to making your labor optional exists in 2026. It is longer for some people than the 2015 version was. It requires more examination of spending than the bull market years demanded. It requires understanding which version of financial independence is realistic for your income, your expenses, your timeline, and your life. But the path exists. The coupe has an exit. The exit has 4 different doors depending on where you are starting from. The rooster just showed you all 4. Whether you walk through one of them is up to you. Wake up earlier than the system expects. That is the whole strategy. Your eggs are yours. Act like it, RoosterEconomy. Because someone has to say it.